What's up, guys? I hope you're surviving this fun pullback and good buying opportunities, man. I'll tell you what. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about it. What are we going to talk about today? All right, guys. So Everest ID. First off, let's start off with this clip. Because, guys, if you're a no coiner, this is it. Let's start with it. What's Everest ID? So, guys, it's pretty awesome. Got to talk to you guys about the Aave partnership that they have, though. It's huge. So, guys, stay tuned. You got to listen to all this info. First off, Everest is a decentralized platform for the new economy incorporating a massively scalable payment solution with a multi-currency wallet and digital biometric identity. What are they trying to do? So, I don't know if you guys experienced this already, but in order for you guys to actually get fiat onto platforms like Aave or Synthetics or any of those platforms, you need to have a centralized place to deposit fiat to crypto, and then you can send your crypto to those platforms. Which that's a big concern, because a lot of people don't like these centralized platforms. In my opinion, I don't like them either. I want a decentralized way in order to do this, because I don't want to have to go through a platform and then they say, oh yeah, no, we need this, this, and this. Oh, we can't verify who you are. I'm sorry. So thanks for your money. Bye. So it's kind of like, what in the world? But this allows you to actually have a decentralized identity and be able to store your data. So they're doing so many things. But we're going to go ahead and talk about them, what they're doing, and I'm going to relate them like this. They're like the crypto.com/Binance or Coinbase account in order to have it on a separate exchange, and like a Aave, because they have like all these different parameters in them that make them such a great application. But we'll talk about it, guys. Again, I have to make this disclaimer, not financial advice, just my opinion on the project. I'm just telling you what it is, what's out there. You guys do you, I'll do me. Circulating supply, 116,700,000 out of a total of 800 million. And we'll give the breakdowns of who has what. So here's directly on their website. This is the technology that they have. Here's what they have. They have Everchain, Everwallet, EverID, and CRDT. Now, what is CRDT? Well, this is the stable cryptocurrency of the actual, I guess you can say, application. So it's a stable cryptocurrency pegged to the penny. So one CRDT is going to equal 1 penny. And you can actually purchase this on an exchange. I wouldn't recommend it. CRDT, I so spelled that wrong. If it's something you're wanting to speculate on, well, it's a stable coin. So guys, it's not supposed to go up or down. It's supposed to be a stable coin. And right now it's finding its peg. So just keep in mind, guys, it's pegged to the penny. So if you're buying at 5 cents, you're most likely going to lose it, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, it may come over a penny, because they did say in their white paper they may start pegging to additional assets, but at the start it's going to be a penny. So, well, we already explained CRDT. So what is Everchain? Everchain is basically the blockchain that they have. It's built on Ethereum, and it allows you to store your information on there. So you literally have a wallet. It's called Everwallet. You can store money, cryptocurrency, and personal documents right on the wallet. So you own these wallets, or own these documents. So if you're going to interact with like Facebook or Google, you have to send them like your name. Well, not your date of birth, and that's just, well, you actually do have to send your date of birth. I mean, you can make up one, but there are some websites that actually ask for it, and you have to have it like what they go through a KYC. And like your bank has everything on you. Just imagine if your bank gets hacked. Well, obviously, you're going to have worse issues. You're probably going to lose your money too. But say you're at a doctor's appointment. They have to have your name, date of birth, social security number. They have to have all that information. But really, why do they have to have that? Well, they got to verify it's you. So with Everwallet, they'll actually encrypt your information. So it almost gives like, it's almost like ZK Snarks. It's proof that you are who you are without giving them the information. It's like the millionaire dilemma. I want to show someone I'm a millionaire, but I don't want to show them my bank account. That's how you can relate it. And then obviously you have the Ever ID. So this is going to be used for like KYCs, AMLs for different businesses, and you'll have to enter your biometrics onto this application. This application still is in development, so if you guys are trying to download it, it's not currently active, but it should be coming out in March. But again, guys, you will be getting in early on this cryptocurrency because it's early. It literally just came out. I think it's only like 14 days old. Yeah, it's not even that old, man. I tell you what. It actually shot all the way up to like $1.20 or something like that. Let me show you guys the full. Yeah, it shot up almost to $1.20 at one point, and it's almost a third of that right. So Ever ID, we already described what it is. Decentralized organization identity. So basically, it's going to be the I guess you can say the ID of an organization. So it's a little bit different, but there's going to be a verifiable identity, just like you have DAOs that have their own tokens that represent them. This will be a little different. And the reason why this is important, because I mean, I know it's awesome. You can get an airdrop and have like 40 different wallets, but guys, in reality, that's not fair. The whole point of the airdrop is to split it out with different users to unique addresses. And basically, airdrops are doing the wallet address as a unique address and not the actual person. Because I could have 40 wallets and get 40 different airdrops if I wanted to. But with Ever ID, this enables for a differentiation. I'm saying that so bad, guys. I'm so sorry. But basically, it allows a user to be a unique user without giving out personal data. So that's why I find this is very important to have something like this. And it's only a $50 million market cap. We have 34 billion or almost $40 billion worth in market cap on just Ethereum. Just imagine, like, it's like if it doesn't even have to take it. Just the money flowing through it. It just allows a verification and allows more people to come in without having to go through all these loopholes. I mean, just imagine if, in order for us to get into Bitcoin now or other cryptocurrencies, we had to go through Mt. Gox. Now that's a nightmare. You actually had to like wire your money over into another country, sign a bunch of documents, and then put out a order, and it would take like 10 days for the order to get approved. Then your order is on the exchange, and then you get your Bitcoin. Instead, it's you click 3 buttons, boom, done. That's it. I mean, just imagine if that was back then. That's why Bitcoin was so cheap back then, because it was almost impossible to get. All you could do was get it on Mt. Gox, and that ended up being a huge scam. You have the token that basically gives you the utility on the network. So there is a use case for the token, guys, and it's going to go over it right now. This is the tokenomics / pumpamentals for this sucker. So with large systems, in order to have use the ID tokens and accept fiat and funds, you're going to have a larger stake, up to 250,000 IDs. Guys, there's only 800 million. So if you do 800 million, so we'll just do that. So we're going to do 800,000 divided by 250,000, and that's going to give us a number of 32,000 different companies can actually get this. Okay, so that's great, 32,000. But now you're forgetting this part. In order to receive payments, it's always free, but users need to stake 1 to 100 IDs in their wallet if they want to send payments. So now you're going to need to get at least 1 to 100 of these, or at least one. Depending on how much you're sending, you're going to need more IDs, obviously. So theoretically, it's probably safe just to get 100 just in case. So it's like, wow, okay, well, that makes sense. So if you go on their main page, here's just some of the solutions that it could be used for. I know we're talking about the different things just verbally, but here they are on paper. You got banks and financial institutions, e-government, exchanges in crypto, health, humanitarian, gaming, identity and compliance. I mean, you have all this. So it's like, you guys are saying like gaming. Well, why is it gaming? Well, just think about it, guys. It's probably not good for a 13-year-old going to a casino online. I mean, theoretically, they can just log in and say, yeah, I'm over 18, let's do it. So it's kind of like, okay. There's a couple of the main pointers that they go over. So with a licensed and regulated custodian and service provider, it can offer these different options. Pay and receive money anywhere globally, so you don't have to go through that fiat on-ramp with other exchanges. It's just built straight in. You got a peer-to-peer merchant, business to business, and government to person. So the government can use this to pay people. I mean, just think about it. Instead, it would be like, oh, let's pay different wallets. So then the government has the dilemma of, am I paying this person 10 different times, or is it a unique person? This enables a unique person. Just imagine if the government adopts this. I mean, stimulus payments, tax returns, you name it, guys. Come on, get to it. link the dots. Digital eVoucher system to issue and process payments, store and share documents, physical cards and records, military grade security and privacy, including biometrics. So if you guys lose your account, the only person who can get the account back is you, because, well, it's you. So it's going to go by your ID, your facial recognition, your fingerprint, thumbprint. That's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, okay, so now we have a digital identity that's verifiable, except I can tell someone, or not tell someone, but prove someone I am who I am without giving them my personal information. That's massive. So that's just a little bit about it in a nutshell. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty and little stuff. I mean, most people will stop at a website, but guys, I'm going to give you all the information you'll need to have. I'm going to talk to you guys about the different back-end things, talk about the partners, talk about the creators, and who and where are they looking to go. So Bob Reed, so he actually used to work at a ex-GM of BitTorrent and DivX. So this guy, he's been ripping and rolling a bit. I'll watch a couple interviews. The guy's relatively smart. Well, not relatively. He is very smart. He knows what he's talking about. He's not just a fly-by-night, and it's an actual person behind it. And I've seen a lot of these different crypto projects that don't have a person behind it, and it's kind of like, what am I investing in? What am I purchasing? But then you have things like Cardano, Polkadot, Ethereum. Bitcoin is probably an exception, the only exception I can hear, but you have big ones like Aave, Chainlink. You know the people behind them. That's why they're taking off. They have a community. It's not just something that's a fly-by-night. There's a person behind this and a community behind it. So here's a little bit about how it will work. So you have like the organization and the ID, and then you have your personal information and documents, and then you have the Everchain, 300,000 transactions per second, and it's going to be separating you from the other companies. It's a layer 2 solution on Ethereum mainnet, so it's not like someone has access to your information but they know who you are, because it's similar to like ZK Snarks. I am who I am without you knowing who I am exactly. So here's their LinkedIn pages. You guys can read over them as well. But mainly in general, they had a 50 million issuance on Kyber Network. It literally sold out in 5 hours. It's crazy. So you can actually get this token on Uniswap, Kyber Network, and a couple of other exchanges. They're actually going to be announcing some partnerships, but they are partnered with Aave. So Aave is going to be using Everest as an on-ramp, so people can get fiat directly onto Aave instead of having to deposit from an exchange. That's crazy, guys. That's a game changer right there. If Aave is doing it, just imagine if other people start doing it, and it's not even listed on that many exchanges. Look, they're even talking with FTX. Just imagine if FTX lists them, or Binance. I mean, that'll be massive. Once that's listed, it's like, boom, this thing will take off like a rocket. This is a little bit about how their app works. You guys can see how it scans like a face, goes by the biometrics of your fingerprints, and obviously you have your own passcode. So it's kind of like you have to bypass a lot of different things in order to say, oh, this is who you are. And obviously we don't have the app exactly, but you'll be able to tell how it works by looking at some of the demos that they have online. And you can also just watch this video right here. You can kind of see how the demo works, but basically it's similar to like a cryptocurrency. You have like a list of different cryptocurrencies. Instead, it'll be like a list of different things like your name, date of birth, social security card, driver's license, passport, etc. And here's the other co-founder, Bradley Whitman. Same thing, worked over at BitTorrent, so he probably talked with this guy, or not talked with this guy, but talked with Bob Reed, and they probably like, hey, this is a major issue, let's fix it. That's usually how things come about, similar to like Charles Hoskinson and Gavin Wood with Ethereum. They found the issues and they wanted to create a solution. So the white paper mainly just talks about what we went over, and it provides a security layer between different companies, chat, email, websites, and it protects your data so you can connect to all these different things and still have your data protected. I mean, we're coming into the age of data. We didn't realize how valuable our data was until we realized the massive companies that are quote unquote free are the biggest companies in the world. You got Amazon, you got Alibaba, you got Google, you got Facebook. Guys, these guys took off because of us, our data. Our data is so valuable, and you got to realize how valuable it is, and you need to protect it. So again, we kind of talked about the tokens a bit, but we're going to go into the white paper to talk about it a little more. So observer/transaction nodes will require the holding of 1,000 to 250,000 IDs, depending on the size of the institution. So if institutions are seeing this, they're going to start swiping up these tokens and getting them, because in order to actually use the Ever ID and have them on their platform for easy onboarding, they need to have the tokens. And why would they want to do it? Well, the easier someone can get on their platform, the more it will take off. Let me show you guys a screenshot just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I mean, in general, right here, you have crypto.com. Crypto.com has a Fiat in and out account. Yeah, that's great. It has DeFi integrated, it has custodian, but it doesn't have the stablecoin. It doesn't have global coverage. It's not a layer 2 ledger. Trade, in fact, if you look at the withdrawal fees on crypto.com, some of them are just crazy exorbitant. But with this, it's just going to be the actual layer 2 solution. It's going to be nothing. And you guys can see in comparison to the market cap, you got Paxos, Loopring, and then Everest. Obviously, there's about 50 million, but you guys can see that there's a massive distortion in it. And the staking here is 40%. Staking is not out yet, but that's the best out of all 4 of them. So just imagine once people see the staking rewards, it'll be like, no way. In fact, this is actually 3.4 billion, so this is a little off. And Loopring is almost 1 billion, so that's off. But look, you guys can see it checks all these boxes. Stablecoin, custodian, DeFi integrated, crypto and fiat on-ramp, cross-border, global coverage, layer 2 ledger, trade crypto and stocks. And how do they do stocks? Well, guys, it's DeFi. It's everything on Ethereum, but on Everest. Just think about it. Sovereign identity, insurance, health, gambling, government, and document storage and management. None of the other guys have. And again, I'm going to reiterate, guys, in order to receive payments on the Ever ID or on Everest wallet, you don't have to hold the tokens. But if you're going to be sending crypto or fiat through the Everest platform, you do need to hold the tokens. So receiving is free. So this is the CRD token. We're going to go over it a little more so you guys can understand it. It's the stable currency of the Everest ecosystem. It'll be used as a digital currency or credit that allows institutions and end users to buy services and applications on the platform. So basically, whenever you're interacting with the platform, you'll be spending this to like upload your identity, similar to like ETH. It's the gas or the oil of the system. And in my opinion, I believe they do this is because if they're using the Everest ID tokens, it's going to get very costly when they go up in price because there is a limit. And yes, there is a limit to the CRDT, 300 million, and it's a pegged one. So it's not going to have a lot of speculation, and it's not going to have people saying, oh yeah, I need to hold like 250,000 of these in order to be a node. So you aren't going to have the institutions coming after it. But then again, you could have someone who does speculate on it and tries to buy a bunch, but again, it tries to stay pegged to the penny. So here's an example where it takes about 1.5 cents to 7.7 cents per verification in a country. And if there's 16 million verifications per day, with this application, well, averaging 139 per month, this is back in 2017, Everest will provide savings, and that will cost the country or whoever's doing the verification over $3.3 billion. However, Everest can offer the same exact services at a greatly reduced rate. I mean, just for example, if a bank is to transfer 1 billion to 100 million users with unique identities, the Everest platform will save the bank 120 to 2 or 150 million based on the 12 to 15% increased payout being seen in India. So you can actually get some of these CRDT tokens in a couple of different ways. You can actually, here's some examples, like depositing 10 CRDT would be given to you like, hey, sign up now, you get 10 CRDT. If you validate your ID, you get 10 more. If you invite friends, you get 10 more. So similar to how like a crypto.com would work. So it's really cool. They got a dual token economy, and you can relate it to like crypto.com. So that's Everest ID in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and show you guys a breakdown of the holders. You guys can see right on Etherscan. It does have a, well, these are mainly going to be for staking. And these are some of the partnerships as well as the founders of the company getting some of these tokens. Here's a quick tokenomics on the Ever ID or the ID token. So 150 million are going to the strategic partners, 150 to the team, as you saw on Etherscan. And then you got 100 million in reserves, 100 million for ecosystem, and then 300 for staking and rewards. So it is a little bit bearish that the team and the strategic partners, they do own about 35 to 40% of it. So do keep that in mind, but they are locked up for a period of time. Here's a little bit about the release on it so you guys can kind of see. It's locked for 6 months, then quarterly is for the team and strategic partners, and then the reserves are locked for 18 months. And then you have the e-agents for, well, they get theirs, they already have theirs. So the reserves and the e-agents, they currently have those available and ready to move around. And then you have the staking and rewards that are still readily available. So that's somewhat of a breakdown. So it does have the current circulating supply right here. So now there will be somewhat of an inflation period for the next 6 months. So do keep that in mind. And here's some of the other additional rewards. So like when you're staking, so for example, silver, you get 5,000 IDs. This is going to save 5% on fees for crypto buying, remittances, swapping, and borrowing. You'll also have gold, which is 25,000 IDs. You'll save 10% on fees for buying. And then you'll have 50,000 IDs, which is basically you'll get a global debit card in 2021. So it's similar to crypto.com, and you're gonna have a lot of savings. So there's a lot of incentives to buy this token. So it's got really, really good tokenomics, and it's a low token supply compared to one of the larger companies like crypto.com. You can also kind of relate it to Celsius. Celsius has about 695 million in circulation. So you can kind of see how it took off a little bit. But this one has a more interesting use case, guys. This one has partnerships with Aave already. And this thing's only 14 days old. So, well, obviously they've been working longer than that. But anyways, guys, if I brought any value to you guys, if you guys are enjoying this content, I know it was a bit of a rant, but guys, it's a pretty important protocol in my opinion. Guys, owning your own ID is huge. And if the other guys are, or if you aren't owning it, the other guys are owning it. That's how it works, guys. But we're gonna leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. And again, smash up them like buttons, boys and girls, obviously. Both can be watching. But smash up the like button if you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are new to the channel, go and subscribe. We are a community. I'm talking about different cryptocurrencies with you guys. We also have a Telegram chat if you want to join. Spit out any of your ideas you got. Tell us what you think of our project, and I'll think of my ideas about it, as well as the community. They'll spit out their ideas on it. Guys, we're a community. Multiple brains work better together than just one. So guys, let's crank it out. All right, Proverbs chapter 29, verses 23. Pride well, we already read this, but we're going to do it again. Pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor. I believe it, guys. Be humble. Don't be prideful. There's too many prideful people in this world. Let's be humble. Let that prideful person say, wow, you're different. Thanks. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. That way you guys can be ahead of the game every time we make a new video. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and without you guys watching, I wouldn't keep doing these videos, but I'm hoping I'm helping you guys. If I am, smash that like button. Go ahead and get started with the triple threat. Go ahead and start with the Celsius account. Here's a referral link where you guys can earn $20 in BTC. Really awesome. Set up a Celsius account, easy to use, and you get crazy interest rates on your Celsius account. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, you name it. The next one in the triple threat is a crypto.com account. super easy to use, super easy to set up, really easy to buy and sell on it. I don't like how it doesn't have limit orders, but really easy to use. And here's another referral code for 25 bucks in CRO. Here's the referral link, A8GP, you guys can read it. But anyways, guys, a cool place to buy cryptocurrency on the go. Allows you to buy small altcoins, unlike Celsius. Celsius is more so like your bank account. And the third one, this one is a fun one, Voyager. This one is more so where you can buy with limit orders. It doesn't have as many altcoins as Crypto.com, but it's really easy to use, easy to set up. And yes, this one does come with a referral link as well, and you'll get $25 in BTC. This is how you can do a limit order. Super easy to use, and they don't charge any trading fees whatsoever. Here's the referral link. You can't copy and paste it, but you can look in the description to copy and paste, and you can put that in and set one up. 25 bucks, free BTC. This is the funnest one though. Lolly, free. There is a referral link to this one too. I've actually won 100,000 sats one time on one of the taps, which is worth like 100 bucks in Bitcoin. So it's crazy. Look, and there's even proof in the wallet. Look at that, daily stack, 101. Guys, set one up. It's really easy to do. Download a Lolly account and just set it up.